Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company podcast, main show number 33?
Possibly.
I feel like
I think so.
I should have checked my notes. This is very drawn out.
Just say 32, 33.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just say it's 33, and if I'm wrong and you see 34, you can yell at me in the comments. It's all right. People like to rag on the guy in the middle right here,
That's
so
right.
it's all good. Well, guys, we got some stuff going on this week. Well, I should preface all this by saying... Oh, okay, so it is 33.
We are good. 33.
First guess.
All right.
Your first instinct is usually the right one. That applies to a lot of things.
Okay.
But anyway,
you said it.
The weight challenge. We've been working out.
I apologized last week. I was gone. I came back from vacation. And
he was vacationing in the land of the soda.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good time. It was a good time. We went down to Utah and stayed at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house, and yeah, I ate lots of Girl Scout cookies. And
be honest, with you tell them how many you ate. You ate boxes.
I ate boxes, and it wasn't Girl Scout cookies. It was the fake Walmart brand.
Oh,
Girl
the
Scout
knockoffs.
Oh, they're amazing, and they're only $1.33 a piece for the box. So we bought a lot of those.
Not supporting Girl Scouts,
right? Technically, I wonder if it's a tax write-off. I think Girl Scout cookies could be technically a tax write-off.
Viewers, somebody who knows this, weigh in.
It is a donation. To support,
correct, because there's no tax, right?
Right, and I think if it's under like $100 or something, you don't need to worry about a receipt. You just put it on your tax. So, don't take it from me.
Yeah, no,
don't,
we are not.
Don't take it from me. I'm just guessing. But anyway,
they're grabbing their kids and dressing up. We're going out on the corner.
No, but yeah. So. My brother-in-law also has a little diner, and so he just sold everything. Sold it. It was a convenience store, gas station, car wash with a drive-through and a grill, little diner inside, all in one. Just sold it. He's owned it for 15 years. It's been an awesome place. It was called Brookside, down in Springville, Utah, and so he just sold it. He's going whole hog into his Utah air guns, and so he bought himself a GTR. So
he's got a few fun toys.
Yeah. So he's got the Tundra, and then he's got the. He bought this.
You say Tundra like it's a normal Tundra, though.
It's not a normal Tundra. We've been calling it the Fundra here. It's the, if you guys remember from a couple episodes back, it's the supercharged methane injection, bully dog tuned.
There like 600 horsepower.
It's about 650 horse or something like that is what he said. Yeah. It's insane on that truck. And then it's got traction bars on the back because it wouldn't hook up after he put the bully dog tuner on it.
It's almost like there's no weight in the back or something.
Yeah, and in four-wheel drive, it wouldn't hook up. So anyway, so he bought himself a GTR. He got a 2015.
He wanted to, something a little slower.
A little.
Like a get-around car, right?
Yeah. He needs something just to run about.
Around.
Grocery getter.
Yeah, and his business, his new airgun business is like a mile away from his house, so it's
airsoft guns.
Kind of. They shoot pellets. They shoot metal pellets.
Oh, and you shoot other people.
You don't want to shoot other people because you probably hurt them really, really bad with these.
Okay, so this is
because he has taken he has one gun. That he has taken up helicopter. On a helicopter.
Took out a helicopter with this.
No, he didn't. No, he took out a pig. They went wild boar hunting in Texas and shot boar from a helicopter.
And it killed the pig.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Whoa.
And it's an air gun. Basically it is a pellet gun.
Okay.
It shoots a metal round. That's I think the velocity on it's more than a normal 22. I don't know a lot about it. When we make our trip to Utah, we can find out more and we can go shoot some of these guns.
So what is like a range, or what does he have down there?
He has a gun store.
Okay, so it's a store.
It's a full-on store, and then he does parts and accessories and all kinds of stuff for it. So
tactical,
but it's all pellet guns. Yeah. So he was in Germany with his wife and their two eldest kids at an air gun show. In Germany.
Some of the best are made over there.
Yep. And so they were over there for that. They left their three other daughters down there, and so we went down to hang out with them, and it was a lot of fun. So, but yeah, needless to say, I went to his to the Brookside every morning to get breakfast because at their grill they have bacon and eggs and pancakes. So you get 2 pancakes, 2 pieces of bacon and 2 eggs for $5, and it's amazing.
So it's like a convenience.
It's a convenience store with a grill,
but with like fresh made breakfast.
It's a real and it's a real fresh made like.
So people hang out there. Like
they've got a little diner thing and everything that you can sit at and tables. There's a bunch of.
It's like your heaven.
It's amazing.
Soda options.
Yeah, I took a picture.
It's like one of those nicer truck stops where they have all the stuff kind of thing.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And then they've got a drive-through window, so if you just need to stop in and grab a soda, or you want a cheeseburger and fries, or you want, whatever, you pull in their drive-through and they'll do the exact same thing.
Have anything like that?
No, there's Fast Eddie's had a drive-through up on Overland,
but no food.
Well, there's food. Yeah, that truck stop on the way out of town. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
But they don't have a drive-through either.
No.
So
I'm sure this is enthralling to people who are listening.
No, but in Utah, you the guys in Utah know this. There's a lot of drive-through convenience stores.
Yeah.
So if I roll up and go, I need a 44 Diet Pepsi fountain, they'll make me one. I need a 44 Diet Pepsi mix, 50-50.
Does it taste better from these places?
Yeah, because they know soda. Mormons know soda. We put it that way.
70-30, bro. Got it?
Yeah. I need a 70-30 blend of Diet Pepsi and Pepsi, please. It's a premium blend.
Premium blend. It's still lower on the carb.
Yeah, but anyway, so
you ate a lot.
So I ate a lot.
Okay.
And yes, I know, still on a diet, but I thought, I'm having pancakes and eggs and bacon. I'm only having 2 pancakes. They're not that big. I came back, I gained 5 pounds.
Oh, man.
And I was only down 3 when I left. So I came back, and I was actually in the negative 2.
Yeah.
So last week, I put 40 miles on my bike and rode to work.
Yeah, with your new bike, yeah.
So I put 2 days, 20 miles each day, so 10 over here,
just
10 back.
Whole handfuls of fat burners.
Yep, and I was swallowing whole handfuls of fat burners and pre-workout.
I've seen you. I know what you do.
Yeah, and
just riding with his Diet Pepsi, just chasing him down. He's like, guys, I'm really getting hot. My heart's really pumping.
Yep, but
heart stopped for 10 seconds.
Well, and then this. So I didn't weigh. So all in all, this morning was my daughter's 7th birthday, and so my wife and I accidentally slept in. So we both woke up at 7:30. We were like, oh crap! And so my wife hopped in the shower. I got dressed. I went down, started getting their breakfast ready. I woke them up, grabbed them. I got myself ready. I was out the door at 7:50.
Yeah.
And I hustled into here so I wouldn't be late to work. And so it was I didn't get a chance to weigh myself this morning.
Oh.
So I don't know where I stand.
But if you were to guess, based on how you felt in the last week or two.
I felt really good. And the fact that I was able to pull that kind of mileage on my bike and do good, I feel pretty good about it. I would not be surprised if I'm either right at 190 still and at a 0, or maybe 185. So I may be up,
That's actually...
So if I can be at lost 5 pounds so far, all right. But I did try to eat a little better. However, we did have a little birthday party for my daughter last night.
Well,
I did have some cake and ice cream. So, but today I haven't eaten. I've had a protein bar and had some soda. So that's where I'm at. So anyway, I'm back. But you guys, how was your weekend?
Well,
it was St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. So I didn't do any St. Patrick's Day related stuff, which maybe in years past.
I thought you had a party at your folks' house on Saturday night.
Well, we had family get together.
That's
I don't know about a party. It might be thrown a little far.
I had a great St. Patrick's Day.
Well, we did have some delicious Irish Death beer, so there was that. But other than that, it was pretty much all the traditional foods you'd kind of associate with that. Delicious, but the potatoes and all the good stuff. But man, when it came down to it, it was just I was watching it anyway. I just found myself more than I ever had in the past. Okay, do eat that, don't eat that, maybe have a little of this, don't worry about it. And had a little bit of cake and
that's impressive.
Hey, for me, these are big changes because I was a big dude. But basically, cut to the end of the weekend, I actually did a lot of other stuff. arms are heavy mom spaghetti because I'm just like falling apart here from all the work I did on my cars this weekend.
You put the lip
Ferretti, whatever you want to say. Yeah, but man, it was fun, but I don't have a creeper seat, so I was just on the concrete on my back getting under there working, and that
takes its toll.
Took its toll. But anyway, I felt like that was my exercise for the weekend, so I came out 228 this morning.
That's impressive. So you're down
from where I started
12?
at 241. So yeah.
So you're down 12?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, 13.
13.
Nice.
It was like, yeah. So I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. And even then, I broke the keto rules and had a few things that weren't keto friendly. But at the same time, it was very minimal, and the impact was okay, because basically we knew we were going to Colorado here soon, so my girlfriend and I said, okay, we're going to break the diet, we're going to have pizza tonight. So we had real pizza, we had flying pie, which, local favorite,
local flying pie is amazing.
But so got ourselves flying pie and did not agree with her, and for me it was like, wow, that bread, okay, it was delicious.
Oh yeah, because you guys, that was a lot of bread that you guys haven't eaten.
Sans bread this whole time, and basically any kind of carb starchy stuff like super minimized to the point that we hadn't touched bread in nearly a month, and suddenly it was just like, oh, what is that? It was weird. So basically I found that just out of principle now I'm avoiding bread, which was weird because that's totally the opposite of how I was before. And now I'm just like, I like how I feel on keto compared to how I felt having bread or sugar or any of that stuff. So I'll have it, but in moderation.
Look at
so
that.
now I think it just
Yvonne,
like broke me, and now I'm actually just going to go with that. Just roll with it. But so I did some stuff on the car. I lost weight. I installed a Randall intake on the Miata. Got some little things done here and there. Fun stuff. Got a new chin splitter on the Miata, so I don't have the chipped tooth anymore. Because the ice block I told you about just like ripped off a chunk of it. It looked really sad, so I got a new one, put it on there, got it all fixed up.
You put a new grill on the Volvo?
Put a new grill on the Volvo, so now it's just a clean mesh with aluminum ring, so it's just clean. There's nothing else on it, but it's not too shabby. But anyway, what did you do?
I went off on St. Paddy's Day, and I told myself that I was going to watch it, but it didn't really work like that. I went over to my parents' house, and my mom, she always makes some type of Irish. We have, I think, a decent amount of Irish in our background.
A decent amount.
So she made, I mean, I would say like a quarter. And
really? Because your sister was posting that she was a bad Irish chick there.
What? What? My sister.
What are you just spying on his sister? This is getting weird.
No.
What happened?
Anyway, back on topic.
Said apparently she's a lot of Irish according to her Instagram. No, I'm just kidding.
We have different.
Yeah,
moms,
that's right.
So that makes sense. So. Yeah, my mom made corned beef and cabbage, potatoes, all that good stuff. We had, I think we bought a box of those drumsticks, like, the ice cream cones.
Oh, yeah.
I ate like 5 of them.
Dude.
And in one sitting, I had like probably 2 cups of Jelly Bellies that were pear and green apple flavors.
That's a lot of Jelly Bellies.
What you're saying is you haven't lost weight.
No, I had
sounds like my weekend, last weekend.
I had a couple glasses of wine. I had a couple beers. I ate, I think, a sleeve full of crackers. Wow, that was really bad.
Man, he's like, well, when you say it out loud, it's like...
I was like, man, I think those drinks really kicked in. So I am still I weighed myself yesterday evening. I am still at 214, so I'm down 4 pounds from on my
your
strategy,
number.
My strategy, but I am going to the gym and lifting weights.
I haven't done any of that.
Pretty much every day or every other day. But other than that, though, I think over the weekend was pretty chill. It was just kind of, hang out, do some Irish things. It was rainy for one of those
Just part of the morning. Saturday morning it was a little rainy.
Yeah. Worked on my motorcycles, changed the oil on my Triumph. I checked my air filter on my Triumph, did some motorcycle stuff, and I think that was pretty much it. Nothing too exciting on my part.
That's cool.
I think I was getting ready for this week.
Yeah, we've got
we're all in prep mode for this, basically.
Yeah, well, and we're the hard part is
it's Monday and we leave on Wednesday morning. We haven't done anything.
It's weird. We leave in the middle of the week.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, it's that, and then at the same time, you guys are in the process of moving offices. And so, like, Dane's stuff is just right here because in our whole switch to move and add new space, we took 2 rooms, we cut a hole in the wall, we put in a sliding door, we did a bunch of stuff, and then they're ready to move in. And then over the weekend, we started doing some measurements and stuff, and we were originally going to put Dane and Tim in the same office.
And technically, the desk would fit, but when you actually look at the situation the 2 people would be in,
right,
cohabitation would be a little bit tight.
Yeah. So
shoulder to shoulder tight.
So we're going to clean out the museum, and you're going to move into there.
So the museum is AKA the Island of Lost Towels.
Yep, Island of Misfit Towels.
We've had towels ranging back to 1999. So we might have to figure out something fun to do with these towels.
Yeah.
Literally create a museum.
There's all kinds of wild stuff there. We have an eagle quilt.
With an eagle quilt in there, we have an eagle with a satin edge and a suede edge. 70-30 edges, which are really cool.
There's a bunch of different
colors of wizards. There's
a lot of OG towels in there.
OG different color waffle towels. We have a Korean 70-30 waffle weave that is apple green.
Yep, that's an oldie. I remember having that one.
We are. I'm thinking what we're gonna do.
I think we had a green pluffle somewhere.
Yeah, there might. Oh, there is. There's a green pluffle. There's the original pluffle in there.
We're going to tell Jeff not to get rid of anything, but we're going to basically store these and maybe eventually have like an exhibit, right? Like
we should, honestly.
This is what people are going to come from thousands of miles away to our store to see.
Well, you think about it, we just build little shadow boxes and we can just set them hang them on the walls down the hallway here.
It's definitely cheaper to insure and house than cars. So
well, the biggest thing, though, is people will be able to see that. I mean, we have towels literally going back to, the early, the early 2000s.
That's before most of these other companies were even around.
And so we have a lot of these old towels, so it could almost be like a history of microfiber, right?
Yeah.
The transition of, microfiber from the late 90s to where it is now and the premium blends and what felt premium. And like I said, we have hundreds, if not thousands of towels inside this room, which we're going to clean out, so hopefully these towels don't haunt me.
It's
about
you're like, what is that caressing my neck?
What are these voices?
About as tall as Anthony sits here, that's how much stuff is in the room. It's just on the floor going on.
It is a very, we've been using it as a storage room and storing all of this stuff in it. And
office.
So we're going to move Anthony from his new office into this new office. Dane's taking Anthony's office, so that way him and Tim.
He had it for less than a day.
Can have
literally 4 hours I have that office. So.
Can have the pass-through, so that way you guys can still
Tim and I can communicate.
Chat and communicate. This way Anthony's in his own space, and he doesn't have to deal with Dane and
Anthony's going to be probably taking more phone calls and stuff.
I'm on the phone a lot more nowadays than I was before, and so the hard part is that, me and Dane, when we were in the office together downstairs, I'd get a phone call and he'd be editing a video, and I understand that, we're both trying to do something important.
It's a little tricky.
If I step out of the office and walk down the hall, then usually there's people packing or there's people in the store, and I can't talk around. So I'm kind of limited on space, so having my own office will be nice for future sales calls and customer service calls, marketing calls, things like that.
And I think the customers will appreciate it too. So
a little more quiet.
So that's been difficult because we've literally you guys have been dragging desk parts, computer parts up today.
There were quite a few things.
And on Friday, doing all that because we knew the room was ready, and then. We set up a new system in here because we had to set up your camera or your computer and all that kind of stuff. So it's been crazy because tomorrow we have to finish packing our gear that we're taking
we
down.
Have to pack up all the camera equipment and stuff we're going to take.
Get all our travel stuff figured out.
There's a lot.
And hopefully our new cases show up today that we're hoping for.
That'll make the difference because otherwise...
cases for all of our gear makes it easier for taking things with us on the plane.
Because we have that giant Pelican case, but it's not really feasible to take the big one that's like the size of this... 2/3 of this table. It's huge, but you can't take that on the plane, and you can't just check that onto the plane super easily without spending a fortune on it, and it's not really worth it to do it that way. It costs almost as much as a plane ticket or more.
And let's just say that they weren't friendly when UPS, when we shipped that thing UPS, that thing got pretty beat up, but it survived. We're also going to pick out towels because we are coming down to Denver, going down to RUPES.
We're doing an open house on Thursday this week, the 22nd.
A good amount of towels. If there's any towels, we're going to try to bring as much variety as we can, but if there's any particular towels or microfiber products that you guys are wanting to see that are listening, let us know down in the comments.
Yes,
or
please.
Email us and say you want to see this particular towel, or give us some examples.
Some guidance is always good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
We have hunches of what like people probably like, but there's always some unique.
Because there's always somebody that says, they like the 12 by 12 gray terry.
Why didn't you bring the 10 by 10 pink facial towel?
Yeah,
that's what I wanted.
That's my favorite. I love the 4x4 waffles, and we're like, oh wow, well, next time we will. So
and we're gonna.
What you want to see.
So we're having an open house at RUPES in Louisville, Colorado, March 22nd at 4:30 p.m. To 8 p.m. And we're going to be doing a live podcast and some other stuff. You can come hang out with us, come play with the tools, see some of the other local detailers. Jason and Dylan are going to be there. We're going to, we hope it's going to be fun, eventful. You can just hang out and enjoy yourselves. Yeah. There's going to be, I think, hors d'oeuvres and things like that, or drinks or something. They're trying to come up with
different fun little ways to bring people in.
There's going to be some prizes and things like that.
Levi's got the event pulled up on Facebook here, because that's where you can find all the details.
Go to RUPES.com, or no, go to RUPES on
go to their
Facebook
page, the US
and on the
page.
Yeah, go to the US, RUPES USA, and click on events, and it will pull it up, and it's the Rag Company Invades RUPES USA ad, and then make sure you click on the ticket spot.
Yeah,
because you need to RSVP.
You don't have to pay anything. It's not like a ticket like you pay for. It's just so they know a head count of who's coming. That way we have
an idea.
Yeah.
Because maybe we want to set up chairs. Yeah. Maybe we're gonna be providing some snacks, and we want to know how many people we need to provide snacks for.
It'd be kind of a bummer if some folks had to be left standing. So
yeah, exactly.
We always bring out free lens cloths to all of our events, so everybody gets a free lens cloth. So we don't want to leave anybody out. So
and stickers.
And stickers. That's true.
So
I'm bringing 77 of them sticking to it.
Sorry, suckers.
Too bad, number 78.
We're gonna bring our normal blue TRC stickers, and I think we're gonna be bringing some special editions.
Some of the new ones that we'll give out to you guys that you haven't seen yet.
You may have caught those in various little blurbs here and there.
They're pretty cool. We'll let you guys see them in person. But we have that going on this week. We're really excited for this weekend. I'm trying to think of kind of what else. We have some...
It's going to fly by.
Yeah. We have some video ideas. We have a Wash Wednesday we're going to be shooting this weekend, which will be really fun.
Yep.
Because we know a lot of people have been asking, where have the Wash Wednesdays been?
Well, honestly, I had one, but it died on a hard drive, so I'm waiting to find out if it got recovered or not.
Dane had one that was actually done. It was a done
It was with
video,
a cool car, too.
And it was with a really cool car, and so... we're trying to see if we can revive that one. We have a couple local guys that are interested in doing one here pretty soon. It's really hard because when we reach out to people or when people reach out to us, some cars are really cool. Some cars are okay. I'm not trying to diss people that don't have cool cars.
No, but I get it, because there's a certain level you have to find the balance between the owner and the car and the environment. I mean, there's a lot of factors.
A lot of people don't know when they do want to sign up for a Wash Wednesday and they do show interest in that. I let them know that you're going to be on camera. Like, are you good on camera? And some people say, "Oh, I don't want to be on camera." I say, "Well, that's kind of part of the process.
This isn't really for you, man.
This is your car. You need to walk us through it. I'm going to teach you how to wash it." And they say, "Oh, okay, no, I don't want to do that." And I say, "Okay, that's fine." But the people that are genuinely interested in being on camera, they are the ones that say, "I have a 2006 Cobalt SS that's stock, and it has some front end damage."
Somebody watching right now is really upset that you just totally cast aside their pride and joy.
Let's just say, so I have an 06 Hyundai Elantra that I would love to be on Wash Wednesday with.
Okay, well, I think we can make some exceptions for you.
I saw a comment on a really popular video over the weekend.
I'm not saying that the cars have to be cool. I mean, they can be unique. I mean, you should see the Volvo that we had, the LS swap turbo. I mean, but anybody looking at that would think
lifted LS swap turbo.
It had some body damage, but it didn't matter because when you have a swap that's that crazy, it's got an LS, but it's turbocharged LS, so it's just
the cool factor was through the roof. Once you hear it start up, and once you hear the turbo.
Mad Max.
But we want to give people the opportunity to be on the show, but at the same time, we do have to be a little bit picky, choosy about the cars that we do get on, and are people going to like watching that?
And please don't take offense if we turn you down for something, because it's not a personal thing, and for all we know, you may end up doing some cool mods that make it something that we want to have on there. There's always that possibility.
The other thing is the scheduling. You know, we have to.
That is the trickiest
We do have
part.
to schedule a time with this person and do all that, and
it's 6 hours worth of filming is typically what we tell people, and that's from start to finish. You know, usually we get there, we spend about 30 minutes just showing them around and giving them kind of like an intro to what they're going to do, and how the show's going to go about. The next 30 minutes we just take for setup. It's about an hour to 2 hours worth of filming the normal wash process. Then we clean up, and then we go for a drive, which is another hour to 2 hours, and then we say our goodbyes. Give them some free swag for participating in the Wash Wednesday, and then send them on their way. But by the time everything's usually done, we found that 6 hours was really kind of.
And I know people watching right now, they're like, really? 6 hours? It takes 6? It does.
Yeah, it's a long
seriously
time.
Does. Sometimes it goes faster, but more often than not, it doesn't.
We've had a
Well, when we did Adam LC's, how long did that take?
Yeah, that was a different
but
one.
He's doing a full correction on that one.
I think our shortest Wash Wednesday, we were done in 4 hours. I think the longest one was obviously Adam LC's with a full correction. So
1 in the morning.
Yeah, that was a late night.
Yep.
So it kind of just depends on the car, and we want to provide cool cars for other viewers to see, maybe get inspiration from, see people out there with unique builds, something that we haven't seen before, maybe you guys haven't seen before, and
other times it's a car that is popular, but it's something people like the Evo, for example. It's like his Evo was tastefully modded. It was a unique color, so that had a draw to people, and I think it still gets people based on that color.
I think it's the only blue one I've ever seen.
Else.
I haven't seen a blue one like that.
Yeah, so if you do see us pick a car that you're like, well, that's just a stock car, it's a normal car. It's like, but it does have the ability to appeal to a lot of people and develop a conversation out of that. Yes, it gets views, but I mean, you have to look at it from the economic side of things. Am I going to do something that's going to get just a handful of views because this is so niche? But I love the niche stuff. I would do a Unimog if we had one on the show, but it's the kind of thing. Actually, I've heard we could get one.
We could get one, but I just don't know if you want to watch that.
How many of you would want to watch that? I don't know. You tell us.
I think people would want to watch it. I don't know if you want to watch it.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of what it comes down to, because there's a couple things we look for when we're picking a vehicle, when somebody applies, and that's typically what is the vehicle? Does it have some awesome mods to it? Is it unique? Is it customized in certain ways? But then also the other portion of the video is us going out for a drive. We have to actually think, what are we going to do with this car when we go for a drive?
Right.
And we have some really cool mountain roads here that are great for sporty cars, but cars that maybe bigger trucks or cars that aren't fast or things like that, we have to think of other ways to creatively make these driving portions.
Like you guys went and got tacos in the Raptor.
Tacos in the Raptor, Chick-fil-A and the Colorado diesel.
I'm finding that all the truck videos we're doing a lot of food runs, and I'm not complaining about that. That's
he
fine.
gets fed, so I mean,
So we try to make it fun, but that's kind of where Wash Wednesdays are at. We are filming one
while we're down there. Yep.
And I believe it is going to be a truck. So maybe
they're just honestly the most time-consuming.
There's going to be more food,
but we're going to be in quite possibly one of the greatest wash bays of all time.
Yeah. We don't want. Do we want to give away too much?
No, we just want to say that.
Yeah.
We're going to do a Wash Wednesday in quite possibly the greatest wash bay.
For the detailers in the audience, they will love it.
Yeah. For I think
it will be an event.
Like it. So we'll leave it at that. That's where we're at in the Wash Wednesday series. We are currently filming a full series with the details with Levi on Dane's new Volvo.
Yep.
We talked about our previous video where we're doing the inspection. We have a few more videos to shoot when we come back, and we're going to be doing a lot of cool things.
That's going to be a good run of those. We're going to do a lot of stuff with those ones
that you guys haven't seen before. So we're reaching out to a company in particular, Dr. Color Chip, who we met back at the MTE, and we've been talking with them for a couple months now, and they're going to be donating some paint to us so we can do a touch-up on Dane's car and show you the proper way to touch things up. It's a really cool product. If you guys haven't heard of Dr. Color Chip, definitely look it up, watch some videos. It's by far my favorite chip repair system.
Way easier than using like the factory touch-up paint. Have you ever just like through the whole thing? It's terrible.
Well, when I had my shop, I used a version of Dr. Color Chip. I had a guy that's all he did was touch up cars, and he had a kit very similar to the full Dr. Color Chip kit. I don't think it was the Dr. Color Chip name, but it was
that vein.
It was that same style, same process, and I really liked it because of how seamless and quality that touch-up looked. Really came out nice. Any of you local, chip and scratch repair is who I would call and recommend for that. But but the Dr. Color Chip method is you getting to pick out your actual color code and getting a package sent to you to do your own touch-up on your car. And it's a fail-safe system. The process is amazing. The product works really well. The colors match amazing. It's an awesome system.
It's meant to keep you from screwing up like you might with some other stuff.
And in the old style, everybody knows the worst case paint touch-up is, if you think about it, it's just like a nail polish brush. And you're just out dipping and brushing it on. And I remember I had a kid I went to high school with that his parents touched up. His sister sideswiped their van. And then the dad went through and touched it up with what looked like, it literally looked like he took a jug of car paint and stuck a house painting brush in, and then wiped it along the scratches, because there's big brush strokes about that thing on the side of his, and they drove around that van for us to and I remember going wow, that is a really bad touch-up job. I was 14 and thought that, and I was like, wow, that is the worst paint touch-up. And so that's instantly what I think of when I see cars come in and they have that. And so on my van, before I did a proper touch-up, someone had gone through and done a junky touch-up. And so I went through and removed all that old touch-up paint because it looked like that in my my mind. That's what I saw, and so I was like, I'm not driving around this.
The thing with Dr. Color Chip is that like you said, it's kind of like a foolproof system, and I say that kind of. I don't know.
It does take skill.
It does take some skill, and it does take some patience. But the results are always the best, and you may have to do a couple applications of it. But essentially, what you're doing is they give you the paint, shake it up. They give you this stuff called Seal Act, and what that is, it's a sealant that seals in the paint, but it also removes the excess paint. So what you typically do is you grab your little your brush that it comes with it, your little it's very small. You dip it inside the paint, and what you do is you blob the paint next to the chip. You don't put it in the chip, you put it next to the chip. Then you have a rubber glove. You take the side of your thumb in this rubber glove and you simply just wipe the paint into the chip. And what that does is it levels it. And so once it's in the chip completely, you wait a couple seconds and you pull out this little leveling cloth that they include, put a little bit of that Seal Act on top, and then lightly rub over that chipped area. And as long as you're not dipping down into the chip, it'll remove all that excess paint around
the surface.
And it pulls it off, and you're done.
Yeah, and it's almost seamless.
And that's it. And they have a bunch of different types of kits. You can do the kits to where you have road rash, so you're typically taking a squeegee and squeegeeing the paint in. They have the smaller little chip kits where you're just taking your finger and rubbing it in. They sell the paint separately. They sell the Seal Act stuff separately, but I've been using it for years, and I filled a chip in 3 years ago, and it still looks just as good as when I filled it. And this is, my old method is what I typically did. And if this might help some people out that are doing it the old AutoZone way or going down to the O'Reilly's or Chuck's.
Get one of those
if you're getting
pens.
If you're getting a pen or if you're getting it in the little thing, my biggest recommendation would be to get yourself a pack of toothpicks, some really sharp toothpicks. And what you're going to do is you're going to dip the toothpick into the paint, go to your chipped area, make sure you clean it out thoroughly. And this is going to take forever, but you're going to dip it into the paint, and you are just going to dab that toothpick into the paint chip. And you're going to see little specks of paint start to form, right? Over time, that's going to hold a lot better than if you were to take a big blob of paint and put that in.
Right.
Because
the blob of paint's going to give you
it's going to give you that round, and it's going to sink in. And
convex?
Yeah.
Concave is when it's inward. Convex is when it's outward.
So it's a convex.
The idea with the toothpick is you're just dabbing it in there, and as you're doing this over a period, like I said, it takes a while. You can take a break, and you can let some of that paint dry, come back, do it some more, let it dry, come back, do it some more. Eventually, that chip will be filled. And it'll be filled right, and it'll be done.
That is a rabbit hole that you went down to fill that chip.
But that's, like I said, it's a lot of work.
Or you could just get Dr. Color Chip
and smudge it in with your thumb and then wipe it off.
And that's why
I feel like I could do that.
It's worth the extra money because I think, if you were to do the toothpick and touch-up way, you're spending probably, $13? If you order Dr. Color Chip, I think their cheapest system is, $39.
Yeah.
I would
It'll save you so much more time. It looks far more professional.
It's the right color for one.
Yeah, and it's the right color. It's the actual right color. That's the other cool thing, is that you're not just guessing, going to an AutoZone store and assuming that's
factory paint codes.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Dr. Color Chip, we're going to be doing that on Dane's car. We're going to be hitting his whole lip. We're going to be hitting a bunch of cool little areas, and we'll show you a lot of before and afters.
Yeah. It's red, so you'll see. It'll see the before and the after.
It'll look really good. And then we're going to be doing a full paint correction on it.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to be cleaning the interior. We're going to clean all your seats and carpets and the interior.
Restore all the trim.
We're restoring all the trim. We're going to do solution finish
basically,
on all the black
all
plastics.
The things people have been asking for a long time.
We're doing it all in this car.
Details of Levi, but I want like a really in-depth one. And can you guys work on a car from beginning to end? Well, here's a super thorough series that's actually going to break it all down. So if you were to follow it, you could apply this to any used car, really. And it's obviously varying levels of work, but the basic principles are all there. And they're going to be the same. And that's why I really wanted to make sure we included the first episode, which was an inspection. The first episode literally is just you going through,
walking around the car,
targeting all the areas that people may not necessarily think about. When they're looking at a car, they go, okay, I look for the spots here and here. Okay, good enough for me. And like, they're not really evaluating why those spots ended up where they did. But you've done so many cars at your shop and worked on so many used cars. You kind of know some of the traits,
just the
that
spots
cars
to look for, and the things that are pretty normal.
Certain
that
kinds
most
of owners have
do.
certain kinds of marks on their car. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. So we think you guys will really like it. Hopefully you'll get a lot out of it, which is kind of what we're here for, right?
It'll have
goal.
a lot of replayability. So.
Yeah. And then the new Pearl Weave came out, our new Pearl Weave towel.
Some folks got those in their orders.
People should be receiving those now. People should be getting those today.
Yeah, we ran a special over the weekend that if you bought anything in the store, you got a Pearl Weave towel.
Yeah, it just goes out with
in your order. So
assuming you bought it from theragcompany.com.
Right, ragcompany.com only. And that is a Pearl Weave. So it's a very different weave than, say, your typical terry. It's a very tight, closed loop weave.
Yep.
And it is an 80-20. So I know some of you may freak out and go, but it needs to be 70-30.
There's a reason.
Well, the reason we did 80-20 is it doesn't need the higher absorbency because it's not absorbing the
you don't
coating.
Want to soak up the coating.
It is leveling the coating on the surface and allowing you to wipe it off. And then you may go, well, the 80-20 is going to scratch.
No.
It's not. The towel, what you've done is the coating is now on the surface.
Yeah.
And after it is cross-linked with the surface and what you're removing, and if you're removing it the proper way, you shouldn't have any issues. Now, if you're just taking it and you're rubbing your hand in it, you're getting
it doesn't matter what you're gonna
mar the surface.
But remember, 80-20, that's where premium towels start.
Yep,
so it doesn't mean 80-20 is bad. Yes, we talk up a storm about 70-30, and we really make a point to make all of our really final touch, this, that kind of thing, towel 70-30, but realistically, there are a lot of 80-20 towels out there that are more than capable of handling, surface work.
And I noticed that as I was going through,
it's on a towel by towel basis.
And I was going through the Facebook groups and stuff, and reading comments of people talking about best coating towel, best da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
You go back to that, every single person just goes and buys a Costco towel.
It's easy and it's cheap.
Tell me this, if you're going to try and use the best towel you can to polish and compound the car, and you're going to buy the most expensive towel and you're going to make sure it doesn't scratch, but then you're going to go buy 80-20 Costco towels because why? They want to throw them away.
Yeah.
That towel is not going to be good.
Why.
Or they keep the towel, they put it in a bucket of water and soak it, or all-purpose cleaner or O&R or whatever. You soak that towel after you've removed the comping. It keeps, and then you wash them, and then maybe you have
new
wheel
some
towels.
more life out of
maybe
them.
You've got tire towels or engine bay towels, or you have interior towels now. If that's what you're doing with your towel, or you are tossing them, then why do we need to make a 70-30?
Yeah.
Nice.
Basically,
towel
you're trying
you're
to make
going to throw it away.
the best towel for the job. That's the thing. People come in asking, what's the best towel? It's like, well, what are you doing with it?
Exactly. And so
that's how every conversation starts.
This towel achieves all those needs and wants. And it does have an overlock stitch edge, but we tested it on a number of coatings on a hood. We had no issues with the overlock stitch edge. It's a perfect edge. Looks really good. It's a great towel. And so if you're looking for hands down the best coating towel to remove coatings with from us that's designed specifically for coatings, pick up the Pearl
ticket.
And so, get yourself a case.
One thing I wanted to say on that note, so like Levi was saying, because of the closed loop design, does it glide, right? You're not taking that overlock stitch, you're not rubbing it into the surface.
It lints less.
Yeah, so it lints less. You're basically taking that and you're just wiping it over the surface, and the coating will be removed with a couple passes. For the people that had been asking prior to this, what was the best towel, we've been referring them to the Edgeless 300.
Right.
That's also a great towel. That's a 70-30 blend, so keep in mind it is more of a premium blend. But in terms of cost, I think they're both around the same ballpark. They're both cost-efficient towels. So if you do choose to throw them away, you can. I think we're running a special on the website right now, and I don't know how long this price is going to be valid for, but I think you're getting 10 towels for like $11 for the new Pearl Weave, which is an incredible
because you're getting a really nice. And for those of you that go, what's the difference between it and a Costco towel or a traditional terry? It's the weave. There's a reason that weave is more expensive to manufacture.
Take a look at them up close. I think we got some photos that actually show them. And at a glance, they look similar. But when you take a look at the Pro Weave, you notice that they are very neatly tucked rows of fibers.
Of little roly-polies.
Whereas with the terry style, you have kind of more of a loose, free-flowing, kind of fuzzy.
And if you're wondering why the new weave, why this type of weave, more and more of the coating manufacturers themselves are requesting that you remove the coating or level the coating with a Pearl Weave towel. And they're either including it in their kits, they're making it available on their website. So if you buy a coating kit, you're going to buy this number of towels. They want this.
And the quality really varies.
And the quality does vary. There are some companies that are having issues with their edging. There's some towels that just don't. But the basic premise is use a Pearl. They are on, because they're testing it, they're in their labs and doing that kind of stuff where they're working with, they're finding that it is working better with that Pearl Weave than with a traditional terry.
And if you're making coatings, you're coating experts, but you're probably not towel experts too. And in our case, we're not necessarily coating experts, but we are towel experts. So that's where we can, figure out what the right, mix and compromise is that'll work best for them. And if they say they want that, then we'll try and make the best tool for the job. And so far, the response has been really solid. So no, it's been good to see.
Yeah, we're excited.
So try them. If you got them this weekend, if you got them arriving today, you're doing a coating job soon, try them out. Let us know your thoughts on them. Let us know how you like them in comparison to the terries. We promise that you're going to be surprised and you're going to like them. They're really great towels. And like I said,
and can we make an edgeless version? Yes, we can. For this first batch, we went with an edge just because, honestly, it's cheaper to make a towel with an overlock stitch edge than one that is edgeless. So that's kind of funny.
If you're throwing them away, we wanted to give them the the benefit of that. But if there's a demand for it, we could always adjust.
So that was good, and then so that's out, and then the Buff Bright is on the site.
Oh yeah.
Hope you guys liked it. Watch the videos.
We've been selling actually a decent amount of those.
I've been surprised at the response.
We haven't done
is great.
Any bit as much promotion as we typically do. And that was
and
mainly
that's why,
for the fact
that I was surprised.
We've been so wrapped up in these other things. We really want to get some good stuff out there, but at the same time, we kind of wanted to see how the Buff Bright would do on its own, and it's selling, and it's awesome.
Well, it's a concept that sells itself. I mean, that's the reason it's really
cool. Why didn't I think of that concept?
Because I guarantee you there's so many people looking at it going, well, I could have thought of that. And it's like, but you didn't go to all the trouble to make one. So.
One of the best things is that it's universal. So it can fit on any polisher, regardless of your make or model or whatever type you have. So anybody who's using it, from your $60 Harbor Freight all the way up to your Flex or your RUPES, you can run
and everything
run that
in
light
between,
on there.
Your Makita, probably your DeWalt Porter cable, any
all
of that
those
stuff.
Fit. Your Griot, your Adams, any of those polishers, they all fit on that. The Zen tool, all those things. And so we've had a lot of great success with that. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you haven't, go back and listen to that podcast with Tom Smith where he talks about it. Just a good guy.
A lot of history too.
Yeah, a lot of history with him. But we've got that. We've got the new match pen.
Yeah.
The new or the Scan Grip Match Pen is now available on our site, and quite possibly we are selling them at the cheapest priced anywhere else on the internet.
Yeah.
So if you've been wanting to buy a Scan Grip Match Pen, little pen light that we use, that if you saw us at SEMA, we all had one in our pocket. We've got them for sale on the site. Pick one up. It's a great little light. It's good to have in the arsenal. You add that with your Buff Bright, and you're pretty good to go.
Well, it's like folks who walk around with like a pocket knife all the time. It's kind of like that. It's like you never know when you might need your pen light ready to go.
I used mine this weekend because I had a couple ants in my kitchen. My wife was like, "Okay, I killed 4 ants today. I need you to find." And I was like, "Oh, really? I'm sorry about that." And then later that night, she's like, "Okay, I found 2 more ants." And so I pulled the we've got a little like IKEA cupboard kind of thing in our kitchen, and I moved it out of the way and turned my light on and got my vacuum out and was vacuuming there's some crumbs that had fallen behind the back there, and
this ant has swirls.
Yeah, so I had the light. I had it in my bag because I carry it with me, and pulled it out and hit the spots, and I had my vacuum and was vacuuming up I was like, oh, there was like a piece of cat food back there, and like a piece of cereal that had fallen and a chip, and so I was like, oh, that's where they're going. They're eating, and then they're like, oh, I wonder what's up here. And so
more
walk up the wall. So so I took that, but it was great to have it. And I was like, oh, this is perfect, because I didn't have to hunt for a flashlight.
Yeah.
And it's bright.
It's a good color temperature is what it is. And whenever you shine it, like you're getting what you would see in daylight. And that's the best representation of that. And so especially if you're looking underneath the hood of a car, right? If you're ever looking for leaks or anything that's discolored or something.
Yeah, it's not a weird blue light. It's not a weird
hue that covers that upper mass. I mean, you can pop the hood and you can see every single little speck of dirt or grain of salt or whatever you want to call it. But I use it all the time around my house. I use it for my cars. It's great for interior lighting because basically when you're in interior, right, you're using whatever light source you have, and most of the time you're not going to be using something that has a good color temperature that represents the sun. And we all know that feeling when you take a car, you put hours and hours and hours of detail into it, you pull it out in the sun, and you're seeing things that you did not see in the shop or in your garage. The Scan Grip, I mean, it doesn't cut any corners. You're seeing exactly what you're going to see out in the sun, if not even more.
I'll suck up that don't buy it. It'll drive you insane. You'll see everything.
It could drive you nuts. So whenever I'm doing interior stuff, I'll turn on that light and I'll see stains and things like that I didn't even know were there.
Right.
Or things that bother me.
Well, and like I've got really dark tint on my car, on my wife's car. And so like you pull it out in the sun and you open up all the doors, that sun still isn't getting through the tint, so it's a black interior. So it's even harder to still see all the stuff. And so you always have to have extra light.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, oh, I'm outside in the sun and my doors are all open.
Well, and like people
you still can't see.
who've done work in cars, you all know that feeling when you've used a dome light a little too long and now you got a dead battery. That's not cool.
Yeah, you got to jump start your car.
Yeah.
At least have a flashlight, or some people use their cell phone. But that is a big point, though, with the pen light, is that it's the correct color temperature for really verifying that this is what would show up in sunlight.
Yeah,
this
your
is
dad
how
keeps one in his door pocket of his Escalade.
Yeah,
so
easy
just
peasy.
Just in case, and so it's a great little tool to have. So we've got that on sale.
And I don't know how much we're trying to dip into lighting, just for people that are
they're wondering like, we're going to carry all the other stuff. Are you going to
carry all the other stuff? We don't think so. This is just kind of just some lighting to offer customers, because we have a lot of customers asking about it, and people that want affordable options. And these two options between the Buff Bright and the small little match pen, I think there are plenty.
Well, and we look at it in the terms of, you guys are professional detailers, but there's a lot of weekend warriors out there.
Yeah.
We're not selling to huge, massive detail shops. Well, we are, but we're also selling to the guy in his garage that cleans his cars and loves doing that. And so, we want to be able to provide, a plethora of services. But at the same time, you guys got to remember, we sell towels. So all our shipping, all our packaging, all that stuff is contingent on selling towels and how much we ship towels. So this product, the pen light, is about that big in a box, little tiny 2-inch. Yeah. And it fits very well in a 6-pack of towels. If someone orders a 6-pack of towels,
you barely notice.
Fits awesome. Yeah. Same reason with our IK sprayers. You know, we wanted to make sure that they fit in the right amount of packaging, and so we can only increase it so much where people will just not pay for it. You know, there's only so, you know, we could sell a kit. Maybe we will sell kits, the full kit someday.
Yeah.
But for right now, this is what we're selling. The Buff Bright fits in very nicely. That's perfect.
Small. It's not a problem.
Same kind of thing. When we can do that, it helps us provide that value and that need that customers can afford the product. That's the key.
And that's what I wanted to point out was, you know, because we're based on giving the best value possible with the towels, because that's our forte. That's what it always comes back to. When it comes to other products we carry, we try and offer the best value we can with that, but it's always dependent upon how the shipping and everything works with our model.
Yeah.
Because if we were to do anything to change that shipping model, the towels would be affected.
Yep.
And
or our employees would be affected because they have to figure out
the whole way it works. So that's why we do it the way we do it, because it's the best overall.
Yeah.
So that's why you have everything set up the way it is. And you may see, oh well, this is, you know, this sprayer is cheaper somewhere else. It's like, well, but you're not factoring in shipping and all that stuff. Whereas this has free shipping built right into it.
Right. And the same thing.
There's always something. So
we may possibly carry the rest of the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Or we might not. It just depends on how the pen lights do, how our customers enjoy that. Basically, we like to try and, you know, make it as simple and as painless for you guys at home to be able to purchase our products.
But once again, it's also inventory space and everything.
Yeah.
Towels, once again, come first. And, you know, lights, some of the larger ones, they take up a fair amount of space. So if you have a bunch of them and turns out there's like 1 or 2 people who buy them and the rest just sit, then that's not a smart decision.
Right.
And that's not good for anybody.
Yeah.
So just finding the way to do it.
We are trying to provide new options for you guys. We're excited for all the new stuff because we've got a couple other more products that are coming out that we're really excited about.
Yep.
And then what else we got? I'm just excited to go to Denver.
I know. I'm like mentally
so much fun
drained. The week has only started because I'm just we're gonna go on another trip. Like this is becoming the new norm for us. It's actually going places and doing stuff. Whereas before it was
we're flying into Denver.
Flyer, so it's like the worst place. Last time we were flying into Denver, we had a couple of those dips. I thought I was gonna lose it, man. On the verge of a panic attack the entire time.
Yeah.
I might need you guys to drug me if it gets bad.
I'll bring some Dramamine. We'll get you going. Get you loaded up on it.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's see.
But we are doing a pretty good flight.
Mm-hmm.
We're landing at 9 a.m. or we're flying out of here at 9 a.m.
Yeah, easy.
We're going to Salt Lake and then not even a very big layover, like half hour.
They can't even fly us from Boise to Denver. They have to send us to Salt Lake first.
We have to go to Salt Lake first, then Denver. So we'll land in Denver right about lunchtime. And then Dylan said he'd pick us up.
Nice.
And then we're going straight to Rupes. We're going to hang out, do some stuff, have some fun, maybe do the Wash Wednesday because it'll be Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
And
they're not all shot on Wednesdays, by the way.
But we'll do something on Wednesday, depending on what we've got. And then Thursday and Friday, we're going to be Thursday's our open house, Thursday night.
Yeah, that'll be
maybe
fun.
Thursday we shoot something. You know, we've got a lot of stuff that we want to do. We're really excited about. Friday we'll be there.
So if you're there, look out. There may be cameras around.
Yeah, Friday we're going to be there too, doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot of we're going to be doing a bunch of podcasts, maybe we'll do some Facebook Lives while we're there. Yeah. We're going to do a live podcast.
Because I don't think we've done too much live stuff on the road, so that'd be kind of fun to do.
Yeah, and then we fly back Saturday morning.
Yeah,
first thing in the morning, and our flight back is direct.
It's gonna be
Denver
so
to Boise.
Quick, guys. It's gonna feel like that just happened. Yeah, and then next week, man.
Yeah, so but it'll be good because on next Monday, we'll be able to have a great whole bunch of stuff to recap with you guys and.
As I say, so obviously you can
and then
see
we can see how much we gained when we got back.
Oh yeah. Well, knowing Dylan, he's gonna be trying to force feed us all kinds of awesome food and beer and whatnot. So I've got to look out.
Well,
we
went to a pizza joint when I went down there after SEMA. I was with Matt Mormon and Dan and Zach of Esoteric, and he sent the 4 of us to this little pizza joint, and we had pizza, and it was awesome. Yeah. And then right next door was a creamery.
Oh, no.
And he was like, I got it set up. There's the pizza, and then there's ice cream next to it. And I was like, oh.
This is like Levi's heaven here.
So me and Dane will go find some beers. We'll get your ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be...
It'll be like that place we saw in Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm looking
pizza and ice cream. Or beer and ice cream.
Right next to each other.
Literally they wanted beer. I wanted some ice cream. And what do we find on the boardwalk?
Hey.
That sells
beer and ice cream. Here you go. Same building.
Seattle, land of wonder, but now Denver. So
so we're gonna have some fun. And then it'll be a good time. I'm really excited about it, and the weather's supposed to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw it was snowing, but then you said something about it being like 70
when we're there.
So,
like low 70s, which is gonna be. I mean, we're gonna be spoiled. We're gonna come back and.
So it's like Boise weather on steroids.
I'll bring my Tommy Bahama shirts down there.
Yeah, make sure you get your.
Bring some cargo shorts.
Oh no.
Some flip flops and. And you'll be ready.
Break out the camo shorts.
Out there? There's still snow in the mountains.
It's all laying on the loading dock.
74.
Trying to get a sunburn.
Doesn't matter. He'll do it.
Yeah. No, it'll be good.
Fun.
I'm excited.
Man. So let's see. So I obviously, like I wanted to mention, we kind of made up our topics for today. Sometimes we like to have a plan. Sometimes we kind of just, go where the conversation
like a
takes
recap,
us.
so to speak.
But for this one, I feel like for the more detail-oriented among our audience, maybe we want to leave with like a detail tip of the day or something. If we have something that maybe, in your shop you commonly ran into that's actually something that people can prevent or something like that.
Well, here's one thing. So Matt showed up today. Matt Ward. He came and bought some towels this morning to outfit his new shop, Lupo Auto Spa.
Oh yeah.
And he picked up some towels. He was bummed because he left and he was like, I forgot to get pearls. So, but we were talking out there and we were just laughing about the difference with him moving to a new shop. So maybe you guys have had customers that maybe you got the homie hookup with or things like that. So he had a customer that came in that I was doing the homie hookup with at my shop because me and this customer are really close friends. So we would trade work back and forth, right? So this guy, because I'm not detailing full, I'm basically, if it's on my weekends or whatever, if he's paying me, but he wanted Matt to do some cars just before the car show that we had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
so he wanted Matt to do the truck and get it all dolled up. Well, it hadn't been done in 3 or 4 years, and it goes through a brush car wash. Probably 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's
so
a lot.
Was pretty. It wasn't. The truck is clean and shiny, but it is very scratched. And he was going to take it into the car show, and put it up there, and that was going to be part of his booth.
I can hear people screaming.
Was
in the
his company
already.
truck, right? Yeah. So, and this is a friend who, that like to him, he doesn't see swirls until it gets so bad. Then he sees them.
It's like, hey, there's something going on here.
And then he's like, I need it buffed. And for him, it's just a quick one step will take care of it. That's what he sees.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize the number of hours that go into it.
No.
Right? So
that should take 30 minutes, right?
Right. So he has Matt work on his on the truck in his new shop. Yeah. Well, Matt doesn't do the same homie hookup anymore, right? Because it was my homie hookup.
Yeah.
So Matt gives him a price, still gives him a discount, a reasonable discount on it, because he's a customer that followed him over to the new shop and is one of my customers that went to go see Matt. And that's all well and good. So while they were talking, Matt's partner in this says they start talking, and they were talking about wheels and tires being mounted. And so he says, hey, if we want to mount and balance some wheels and tires, we buy them from Tire Rack. Here's what we do for the collection of vehicles that they have. If I need new tires, this is what I get them from, and then I take them down here.
Sure.
This company does mount and balances. They charge this much. Well, my friend, my customer, said, oh, wow, okay, well, that's cheap. I'd do it for this much, right? Mm-hmm. At the end of the detail, he was surprised at the price and was like, wow, that was too much money. That was expensive. when in all reality, it was almost identical to what he charges to mount and balance 4 sets of wheels that he didn't sell, right?
Yeah.
So Matt was a little confused by that and was like, so he was mad that it took me, 4 hours to get his truck to look this certain way. Mm-hmm. And he's upset that I charge him almost the same amount for him to spend an hour mounting and balancing a set of wheels and tires.
There's a disconnect.
He's like, when basically they cost the same amount. And part of Matt's move to this facility and this setup and this shop and this partnership is to, because he wants to increase that price. And because of the cars that are in there and the customers that come in, he's able to get that pricing.
He's just elevating the whole thing. And there's nothing wrong with doing like dealer work or doing production work. As you well know, you've done a lot of that. But at the same time, you're dealing with different customers.
He still gave him a very good discount.
Yeah.
And still said, here, I'm going to do this for you. But it's just, how do you tell your customer, or to some of you that do this, that have customers, how do you show them that value?
Yeah.
How do you provide that value to them? And my friend knows the value of it, and he brought it up to me before we left Utah. He told me, hey, I got him working on the truck, da-da-da-da-da. Man, that place is really nice. I hope I can afford, he can still hook me up. That was the last I talked to him. And so he was still working on the truck when I saw him. So I didn't get to hear about the aftermath. And for me, I've seen that hat going around on the social media of the guys that all wear it that say, if you're going to support my local business, don't ask for a discount. If you want to support me and my local business, don't ask me for a discount, and that is part of, and I look at it in that same way, I'll trade for equal or lesser value.
Yeah.
So if you have something that's worth $200, I'll trade you something that I think is worth $200 for that. And you can say, yes, that's a fair trade.
Yeah, bartering.
Right? Same thing. I'm okay with that. And that's basically what I was doing with him for years.
Right.
And
he didn't necessarily understand the...
Yeah, and so a lot of it is just going back to educate your customers.
Yeah.
Also, he's an old school customer.
Sure.
To him, it's, why are you charging that much? That's not what it's worth. But us detailers...
What's a mechanic charge when they work on your car? What's an hourly rate for any number of these things?
It goes back to educating your customers to what your time is worth. And if you're selling yourself as a cheap shop and this is what I do, and it's easy, I can do that.
Yeah.
And maybe that was my mistake for so many years, doing the homie hookup and helping him out and doing that. But I was doing it as a barter. I was doing it as a trade.
Yeah.
And maybe if he walked in and said, oh, let's barter, let's do some stuff, Matt, let's do this, instead of walking in and going like, well, I hope he gives me the same price as I got with Levi.
But the key is not to devalue yourself.
Right.
It's not to, go chasing that bottom dollar, because is that work going to be worth it in the end?
Right.
You're going to spend more time. You're going to lose money on the job sometimes.
And what I've always done for my friends and my customers is I always try to go above and beyond. So I give them a service at a price, and then I increase not the price, but the services that I do that I know are going to make their vehicle look better. So...
But you make it clear that you did that, so
that
they
add
understand.
that little extra and go, hey, let's say I'm not doing the motor in a normal detail. Hey, I did a motor as well and popped it and show them. They're like, oh my gosh, you didn't need to do that. Or let's say it was just the joke is like, with every interior we'd wash the car, right?
Yep.
So we do that. Maybe I throw a little spray wax or quick detail spray on the car, and I dress the tires for the customer.
It pops.
It looks like, they don't know. They just see it and go, oh my gosh, my car's never been so shiny. Oh, we just washed it. It takes my guys, it would take my guys a whole 5 extra minutes to dress the tire, get 2 guys, 1 guy to dress the tires and 1 guy to wipe it down with
As like one guy, 5 minutes, but 2 guys, that makes sense.
But it just, hey guys, let's get it done, get it washed. The interior's done. Let's wash it. Hit these 2 things. Call it good. You know, it just adds a perceived value to your customers. So they're like, oh wow, thanks. You didn't have to do that. It didn't cost me anything in product, or I mean, realistically, it probably cost me $2 or $3. But it provided that customer with a sense of value that they spent their $150 or whatever my interior cost at the time. And they're like, wow, that was great. And then they want to come back because they love the way the car looks. So maybe they come back and they pay the extra $100 to get the outside and get a single step done.
You're building social capital.
Exactly. And so don't try to sell yourself. I guess my moral of the story is don't try to sell yourself short. If you are going to trade work, make sure it's an equal trade and a bargain trade in the sense that you're doing, work for work. And don't just give your work away, because what'll happen is perhaps that was my fault, was that my customer wasn't properly educated and devalued our services. And I know if I brought this up to him and said, hey, that kind of hurts my feelings that you felt that I could do this kind of.
He values your time and your work.
And he would be the first to say, whoa, I did not know that I was doing that. I did not.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah. So that's my fault.
Yeah.
But Matt is making the steps in his new shop on his own to make sure that his customer knows what is expected and what he's going to do.
And being very clear about it.
Yeah.
And that's, I value that in a business when they do that and just make it abundantly clear, okay, this is how things work. This is why things cost the way they do.
Yep.
If you have a problem with it, there are many other shops who will do stuff, but
and he knows,
I'm the one who's going to be super upfront with you.
And he knew that as well, too. Yeah. And he goes, there's a cheaper guy down the street I could probably take it to, but
always a cheaper guy.
I need it it's going to be in the car show. I need it to look that way, and I know Matt can do it. Okay, well, you just said that statement. Pay Matt what he deserves to be paid. Yeah. And if he wants to give you a break on it, that's awesome.
And I guarantee you, most of pro detailers in our audience have experienced that more than a few times.
Yep.
You all tell us about your homie hookups in the comments.
Yeah.
If you've had that situation and what you did to resolve it, or if you just, you're not a non-confrontational kind of person and you just kept it going.
Yeah, you never know. So
anything to add, Anthony? I mean, you've done pro detailing on the side too, so I mean, you've got some experience there.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with Levi. I'm just gonna I'll leave it at that for right now. I'll do the tip next week or something like that. But I think that I agree. If you're doing homie hookups, make sure to educate them. Make sure that they know what they're getting in exchange for whatever services they're giving you, or whatever product or item or whatever it is. Just let them know how much work goes into it. Because if you say, hey, drop this car off for 8 hours or so, you can come get it later in the day, they probably don't think that it's going to take 8 hours for you to do.
Well, yeah.
They think that it's just convenient for them to pick it up around that time or something like that. And I've had so many jobs where it did take me 8 hours to do a car inside and out, and I'm there, 7 minutes and 30 seconds left, or whatever, 7
before
hours
they're coming.
30, I'm sitting there scrubbing the last bit of things. I'm going back over the car, the quick detailer, one last time after I've waxed it. I'm making sure everything's perfect. They don't know I'm scrambling to get it all done and ready for presentation.
Yeah.
They just arrive and say, "Oh, cool, this is it. Are the keys in the car?" Yeah. Okay. See you, man. Thanks. Looks good.
But I guarantee you, they will wash their car on their own, and they're the customer that calls and goes, "Man, I spent 7 hours on Saturday washing and vacuuming my car."
Barring my car.
No, not even that. Just washing it and vacuuming it. And they're like, it took forever, and it just doesn't look clean.
Yeah.
Let me bring it to you. In my mind,
I just imagine it takes you an hour to do all that stuff, plus the polishing, plus this. Exactly. And I don't understand why you charge what you do.
Yeah.
Well, let's educate.
Exactly.
So that's really the lesson here. I think what
educate
it all comes
your customers.
Education makes a difference.
Yep. Be clear and concise.
And it's not like you have to, teach a whole class on it. It's just lay out the details and give them fundamental reasons why stuff costs what it does. And a lot of people don't think about, time and labor.
Well, and there are guys that have their menus and they put the price and they put the number of hours that it's going to take to work on the vehicle. And
those are all assumptions, in a situation, an average situation, that's what they figure. But the people who put the numbers out there, you guys had a menu at your shop.
Yep.
And
we didn't have the hours on it though. I never put the time.
I think that's pretty brave to put on there, because you don't know what's coming in that door.
No, and we'd on my coating jobs, I'd let customers know, or if I had to do a full paint correction or something on it and I needed to charge for it, I'd explain it. if you've got a truck for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days in your vehicle, in your bay, it's got to get paid. That bay's got to make money.
Yeah. And if there's a guy down the street charging less, okay.
Yeah.
But, don't devalue yourself just because you have to go chasing that bottom dollar.
No, let those customers go to that person.
Yeah.
So.
It's usually less of a headache, too.
Yep. All right.
So with that,
sounds good.
We can wrap it up. We'll be going to Colorado. When you see us next, we'll probably be...
Follow us on Facebook so you can see our updates.
Oh, yeah.
Check out Instagram and posts that we take while we're
social media.
While we're there.
At the Rag Company on Instagram.
If you're in Colorado, come see us Thursday night. We'll be at RUPES.
Yep. So come
cool.
say hi. We'll hang out. All right, guys. Till next week, this is the Rag Company main show, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.